Are we good?
Yeah.
Fade me in, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what you want right now?
Yeah, fade me in, baby.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Good. So, yeah, moving our stuff around again, once again.
I know.
It's all right. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
How are you today?
Mentally, I've been on the struggle bus, but I've been able to focus pretty good today. Just getting content. So we've got a new client that we're onboarding for social media management. Getting that started. And then I was just revisiting some of my clients because Google My Business changed some of their rules for kicking people off. And so I was just revisiting, I shouldn't say kicking people off. Google My Business changed what you are allowed to post. And so content that they seem valuable. And so I had to pull content down and then I had to
Retag it.
and re-strategize. Yeah. So
It sounds like a huge pain in the butt.
Yes and no.
All of it?
What do you mean all of it?
Like all of the content that you've done?
No.
That you have scheduled?
Yeah. So it was a lot of it was scheduled. So I had to go back and recategorize the content.
Yeah.
And then I had to make new content to fill the space of the schedule of which that other content was. So it was like, it wasn't a scramble because like I had to read the Google guidelines and everything.
Oh yeah. So that's a whole process, right?
Yeah. Like what are your Google guidelines? Like, because I didn't want to redo it twice.
No, then that's a whole lot of crap to read.
Yeah.
It's all
and I
fine print, right?
And I don't want to jeopardize a client's Google My Business page for like not reading the guidelines.
Right.
Because that's a thing. So I just, went in, read the guidelines and everything. And that was super early this morning. And then, yeah, just been focused like on that new client hire. And then also too getting like, I haven't really done a whole lot of marketing content for the Jennifer Clements, which is the user generated content.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So it's social media management. And so I can social media manage like just about anything for you. Whether it's your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook group, Facebook community, I can do that as well.
Yeah.
There's a really good book out there. Speaking of Facebook groups, it's called the $1 Million Group, I believe. And it's basically like how you turn your Facebook group into $1 million revenue source for you. So I highly recommend that strategy. And I do manage or help manage 2 Facebook group communities. Well, 3 if you include ours, for the contractors.
The contractors?
The contractors. I feel like I've been talking to kids all weekend. I guess I have. Yeah. And so I can do pretty much social media management of anything. And then I can also help you shoot 60-second clips can go on any platform. So if you're wanting to link up like your TikTok, your Instagram reels and your Facebook reels, like all of those, it's easiest if you can do 60-second clips for everything. Right. So keep everything under 60 seconds and it can be utilized everywhere.
And it's not really that hard.
It's not.
I mean, if you just cut to the chase.
Right. Well, and here's the other thing is even if you do get cut off, so what? They're going to click on it and go, wait, where'd that go?
Yep.
What do I need to know?
Where's the rest of it?
Where's the rest of it? What do I need to know? And so it's like.
And you just put part 2.
Yeah. Part 2 or like.
Continued or whatever.
Or like have long form. You also need long form content. If you're going to be doing short form, you need long form too.
Yes, agree.
And then, so today.
Well, you have to. I think it's important that you have to do both, right?
Yes, you do have to have both.
Like you can't just do one and expect everything to work.
No, you can't.
It's a combo.
Yeah, it is a combo. And different platforms serve different niches. Like you can't expect what you post on LinkedIn to do the exact same thing on Facebook.
Right.
It's just not going to work.
No, it's not. And your verbiage is going to be completely different.
And your hashtags will be completely different.
Well, and you're going directly at constructors.
Yeah, exactly.
Going directly at contractors on LinkedIn and not your homeowners or.
Yeah. I mean, and really it's like, who does your business serve? Like who is your business serving?
Yeah, that matters a lot, like where you're going to be putting the content at, right?
Yeah, or the type of content.
Yeah, so that's part of the intake, I would assume.
That is. Well, and today when I was talking with our new client that's onboarding this week, he was like, what is content? And I was like, it's what you consume. And he was like, I said, that's a valid question. He was like, it overwhelms me. And I was like, and how I'm going to explain it is going to overwhelm you. I haven't figured out how to dumb it down so people can breathe while I'm talking to them.
Yeah. Well, it's overwhelming to them because they're like, I got to do what?
Yeah.
And
how many times a day? And where do you get this content? And how do you create it?
But it's the world that we live in.
It is the world that we live in.
Everybody is very much a visual person now.
Yeah.
There's no more hands-on learning.
Yeah. And did you know 80% of the social media stuff that gets shared is short form video? It's no longer posts, and it's no longer like images. It's the videos that are getting shared. So don't get discouraged if your posts that you're putting up on social media aren't getting shared. The likes matter and how many people saw it matter, but don't get hurt feelings if nobody's sharing the post. You should be concerned about your posts or your videos being shared. Like, that's your goal, is to have that shared.
Yeah.
But because honestly, think about how many, like when you and your friend are going back and forth and communicating, how many like videos and memes and like that kind of stuff do you get sent to you?
Yeah.
A lot. Like, you and I communicate with videos like, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Or that was funny. Or, hey, this is educational. Or, hey, I think we might like this software or whatever. Like, you'd be surprised. That's what people are sharing. That's
true.
Yeah.
I mean, our age anyways. I don't know, like the 40, 50, 60-year-olds, if they're doing that or even have that mindset. And I think that's where a lot of scarce comes in from the business owner perspective of that generation. Whenever you start speaking to them that way, that's not how they're used to communicating. So
they are not used to communicating like that at all.
Which is great still. So, right?
Yeah.
Because they have their way of communicating.
Yes. And social media should not be your only form of marketing.
No.
Social media should be an add-on to what you're doing.
But it takes a lot.
It does take a lot.
Because
but
of how Google restructured itself.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I mean, that's just...
Okay, so here,
that's the unfortunate part for the older generation.
In Google, like I said,
Google doesn't understand.
Google this morning was just like, oh, hey,
I'm going to do this again.
These kind of posts aren't going to be allowed on your Google My Business page. And I went,
not only do you have to tag things in social media, so Google recognizes you now, but now you have to do what?
Hang on, I'm looking at. It's called the EEAT, and these are not like new updates, but they're like, Google released the EEAT on December 15th of 2022. So we're not even a full year into the EEAT
No,
yet.
We're not. It didn't feel like it.
No.
It feels like maybe 6 months.
Okay, so the EEAT...
We're close to a year, I guess.
Yeah. So the EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
That's crazy, because I feel like we just had this conversation. And it doesn't feel like it's been a year. I
know. Yeah, we legit we're diving into this. And so that's what Google is looking at as far as what's on your content. Like, are you... And so it says Google also provides many more clear examples of important concepts, such as evaluating the reputation in the website and your content contributors. So the person contributing to your website, if they are tied to it, what is their ranking as well? So they're also looking at
the algorithm is your clientele. And who's viewing your viewing your post, who's grabbing and using your post, who's sharing your post, and then who's liking your post.
And then
I would have... sorry.
No, go ahead.
But I'm going to assume that all of those are different. Each and every one of those is a different structure for a different avenue.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And very rarely are you going to have one post that hits on all of these, which is why you need to have so many different types of posts without flooding. And here's the key: without flooding your person's like feed.
Yeah. Well, it's easy and hard to do at the same time.
Yes.
Depending on how many followers are on your page, on your actual business profile page,
right?
And then how many people are actually, because that matters.
Yeah, it does.
If you only have 63 followers, there's only 63 chances of it going out to share to double or triple itself.
Right, which is why the hashtags and the way you've set up your actual Facebook page matters. Because if you're not...
So do you think that Facebook is more important right now, or do you think that Instagram is more important for hashtag purposes?
I don't think one is more important than another. I think they're equally important. I think that the types of hashtags are different because they're different. People are using different sources of media differently. So you've got your Facebook who uses Facebook, and then you've got Instagram who uses Instagram. And the people who are searching different hashtags.
I guess let me ask the question differently.
Okay.
So where are you going to find the most number of hashtags for a specific term? Like the most followed? Like I know obviously it's like I'm interviewing you for what your job is, but
I would say personally, I would think Facebook and TikTok right now for hashtags. But there again, like it just depends on your audience. I can't really answer that because it depends on where you want your business marketed.
On this YouTube channel, we've got to hashtag things.
We
on
do,
TikTok, you have to hashtag things.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, but
that's the only way they're going to find your stuff.
Whenever you post a video with the description of, hey, my business did this, and you hashtag business has 45 million or billion
hashtags
views on that hashtag, and
Mhm.
people don't understand this. And I think it's great to educate people on this part.
And what you can also do by doing that is like it also you can follow a hashtag. So like if you are, so here's like for me instance, like when I had my gastric sleeve surgery, I started tagging all my stuff like sleeve or VSG surgery or anything like that. And so like that, I got pulled into that community and people started following me because of that. And then I started, when I went through divorce and was, freshly single and all that, like, single divorce, single parent, single mom. And then I got more followers that way. So it's like, whatever you're hashtagging, people follow that hashtag. And so
how do you follow a hashtag?
On Instagram, it's pretty easy. On TikTok, it's pretty easy. On Facebook, I really don't know because I haven't played with that too much.
I didn't even know you could follow a hashtag. Yeah, I don't even know this.
You can follow a specific hashtag that interests you. So if you're into like CEO or business or HVAC topics or anything, you could even do podcasts if you wanted to.
So for instance, how do you follow a hashtag?
For instance, yeah. So
because I'm curious now.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's go to the Facebook.
This is what we do. I don't even know how to do this.
Yeah.
Like what? You can follow a hashtag? Learn me something.
So in the search bar for Facebook, you just type in the hashtag symbol, and then what you're looking for, and then your hashtag will pop up, and then there's a little follow button next to it. So if you want to follow that hashtag, that's all you have to do.
Awesome.
Yeah, super easy. Not that you can see that, but yeah, super easy. So I just followed business success. So you can follow any type of hashtag. Your Facebook feed is 100% buildable based off of the content you want to consume. And so you've got to know who your audience is, and then you've got to do the target market research to make sure that your hashtags are things that people follow. So like if you go to my the Jennifer Clements on any platform, you're going to see stuff where it's like, that hashtag has nothing to do with what she does for a living. You're right, it doesn't. But you know what I did is I broadened my audience and my following because they followed that hashtag. So they had an opportunity to see my post.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hashtag have a good day, hashtag Monday success, hashtag gratitude, hashtags go on and on and on and on forever.
Yeah.
Which is also why when I'm creating content for my businesses that I manage, I'm very aware that I don't just create one post with one set of captions or whatever you want to call that.
Right.
I usually create anywhere on average between 3 and 10 per image. So you're going to see the image multiple times, but the caption and hashtags are going to all be different.
Yeah, you're basically just recreating what you've already created.
Yeah.
Putting it back in front of the person.
Yes.
And then
or even a different crowd because the hashtag is different.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes in behind it. And that's why I said when I was talking to that new client this morning, I was like, I'm going to overwhelm him and he's going to say no because he has no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm talking, I try not to talk fast, but it's like
it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard because I'm excited about it.
One, you're excited. Two, you're trying to explain it in depth in its fullness.
Yeah.
Like exactly what step by step that you're going to do.
Right.
And then they're not following because whenever you get into the step by step equation of it, they're like, wait, slow down, back up, go to step 1.
Right. So right now, for instance, I'm working on my
People in the trades are very much hands-on. They want to know it, feel it, touch it.
Honestly.
They really want to know how to do it themselves.
Social media is not something, it is something you can do yourself, but you'd be wasting a ton of time.
Yeah.
Honestly. So like, for instance, right now I'm working on a 1,000-piece campaign.
Yeah.
And this is for me, and this is going to drive engagement. It's engagement posting. So it's not branded. It's just random BS questions that get people to be like, oh, whatever. So it's 100 posts, and each post has 10 captions with hashtags that go with it. So that's it's a 1,000-piece campaign that'll be dripping out onto my social medias.
Yeah. So initially we started the conversation with Google.
Yeah. Google My Business.
But you didn't bring up Google during the topics that whenever you were saying that you posted on all of these platforms, you didn't bring Google into that situation.
So Google My Business is one of the ones that I can post to. So like LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's a whole like plethora of them that you can choose from.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, honestly.
Really, almost all. Like even Reddit, which is a gaming app, from what I understand.
I really don't know what Reddit is. I know that people go there and talk a lot of mad smack about people. And like people
I'm not there for that.
I'm not either, which is why I'm not really big into Reddit. But I don't really.
But it looks like gamer stuff to me. I mean, there's so many apps.
There's different things. There's different. I think
different strokes for different folks.
Amen. That's exactly. Yeah, but no, Google My Business. Like, I just want to be social media. Not a big deal if that gets frozen to me, because it's like we can figure that out.
Yeah.
But like Google is like, I don't know. Like Google's like God to me. Like, do you really don't want to fuck with Google? Like, don't do it. So yeah, I was just very much like reading, like, what do I need to take down? What is not okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was scary,
it's
just because it's not my brand.
Just to redo this.
Yeah.
Everything.
But it's like,
you're not redoing, but you have to read.
Right. I had to pull it down and then make something to fill that void. But no, it's just scary because it's like, that's not my brand. It's not my brand. I'm hired to be the professional, to know the rules and regulations.
Yep.
So yeah, staying up on all of it.
It's part of it.
It's part of it. Education is a huge part of it. And then also too, being linked in with the communities and the people who also study it and share what they've learned, and like that. I'm linked in with some of the higher up people, not in Google, but that are higher up marketing agencies that do, more higher scale of like, I don't do Facebook ads. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I don't specialize in, I'm not going to say I specialize in that.
Yeah, this is not what I do, but this is what I can tell you about it.
Right. Yeah. So that was like a whole thing.
A whole half morning.
Mm-hmm. And then River had to
We're only midday.
Are we?
I guess.
For us, it's a midday, right?
Yeah,
we don't work an 8-hour day. We make a 12-hour day.
We still have 12 more hours.
Yeah. Honestly.
So I've been feeling super defeated the past couple of days.
I know. Tell me about it, sweetie.
I've been trying to learn a whole new thing that has been very stressful. I had some big breakthroughs. I feel like they're big breakthroughs because I got through some things that I couldn't get through.
Yeah.
And I passed through some things, but I only got there with your help. And I got frustrated a lot.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm still frustrated with it.
I know.
But I'm going to figure it out.
We don't have any option but to figure it out.
Yes. I would just think there would be something already. There's something for everything else this. Why is there not already something there?
There is something out there. I just don't think that we know how to, either we're not searching for it the right way with the right words.
Bullshit.
or like we just need to be shown. Like I feel like there's
so many.
I feel like there's also a lot of gatekeeping when it comes to this.
But there's so many new things too.
There are.
And there's so many things that are about to crest.
Yes.
I'll tell you guys what I've been struggling with. So editing this podcast, for instance, or editing anybody else's stuff. Like there is an audio portion of it and there is a video portion of it.
Yes, but we're in two different places.
Yes. And then there are AI tools that are supposedly going to do it for you, quote unquote. But they do not.
You have to know how to
not
manipulate them.
100% unless you're a coder, somebody that can actually write code, which I am not by any means. I don't build websites. No.
Yeah.
Like we built an app, yeah, but we hired the code part out.
Oh yeah, for sure we did.
So it's just very difficult for me.
It is very difficult.
It's not may not be difficult for everybody, but it's very difficult for me. Anyways, I got to a place finally where I started feeling like I was understanding it.
Yeah.
And then I decided that we needed to reset everything. Start over.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the audio switcher needs to be reset. The video switcher needs to be reset. And let's take it back to the fundamentals of what I'm doing here because I wasn't capturing everything on the card.
Right.
I was only able to capture the stream. And I need to be capturing every single one of these cameras because they're all recording at the same time. And I might be missing shots that I want to have. Not might be. I am missing shots that I want to have. And these tools that I have that I've paid a whole lot of money for are able to go in and
mush.
Like blend the entire shot. So shot there, shot there, shot there.
And depending on
and
who's
the audio
speaking or what the topic is. Yeah.
So the tools do work, but you have to buy a subscription into X. And then you have to buy another subscription into Y to add an extension into X.
Which is not
for them to talk to each other.
Which was Twitter, by the way.
No. Yeah, it's not Twitter. Yeah, it's just very confusing that you gotta so I gotta buy this.
Yeah.
And then I have to buy this.
And then how do I
buy this?
And then how do I get this to plug into this?
And then I need to export. Oh my God. Yeah. So this is what I'm stuck on right now. Yeah. So I've made it through an editing portion and now I'm ready to export it. So I've exported it to audio.
Yeah, there's just the audio that's there. There's no visual.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Like and y'all will see this at some point because I'm just going to drop it because I don't care. Honestly.
I mean,
I'm going to drop it because I spent time on it.
We have to, like, we've talked about how much content we have to produce, and it's difficult.
And I think the intro is cool.
The intro is really cool.
And the way I was able to find that was cool. And like I said, I'm learning this.
I don't want you to stop learning, but I don't want it. But I don't want it to.
And I want to be able to insert those fun little things like in the middle when we get into a conversation and we want to reference some shit from the 80s or 90s.
Right.
And want to throw something in the middle of it.
Right.
But you literally have to stop your audio and your video, make a gap, insert new audio and video, two different things, right? In a slot that's like so tiny. You just insert right in there, you pause and laugh for a minute and then fade it back together. And it's like, oh, that looked easy. Yeah. It took like 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took 5 hours to add that little slice in there to make you laugh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dumb.
3 hours later. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just been frustrating.
Agreed.
But I am learning.
You are.
But I do feel defeated.
But I don't.
Quite often.
At the same time, I don't know how much of it you're retaining.
I retained because I jumped right into it.
Oh, okay.
From yesterday. I mean, so I started working on things probably around 5 or 6 yesterday. But in the afternoon. All day before that. And it's a Sunday, so it's a lazy day.
Yeah.
But all day Sunday, I'm sitting here literally searching everything that I could possibly search to make life easier. and then I'm watching the videos to back them up.
And nothing matches. The videos don't match what's on your screen, and it's so like, how did you get your screen to lay out like that?
Yeah, no, yeah. There's not a tutorial that says, "Hey,
let's start on the same page
and maybe
together."
I need to make this tutorial.
Maybe.
But that's not what I do.
No.
I don't make tutorials.
No. We don't make tutorials.
But I'm trying to self-teach myself because that's how I will retain it.
Yeah.
Even though
isn't it show one, teach one, do one or something like that?
I could go watch somebody do it and learn it a whole lot faster.
If somebody would just sit side by side, like that's how I learn.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't pick that up. If I sat behind somebody and watched them do it and then let them watch me do it and correct me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like I probably I'm this close from needing that.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. I feel the same way. I'm trying to look up on Notion, but I can't. I don't know how to operate Notion.
Oh, that's really cool.
I know you love Notion, but I'm on my phone and I don't know how.
Okay. Hang on. No, I'll give you the floor.
He gives me the floor.
I'll pull up the Notion.
Yeah, so I think I'm probably like a quarter of the way done with my 1,000 post campaign.
This is one thing that I have down that you don't yet.
I know.
I don't understand why this is difficult whenever you have such an easy time with everything else.
Because to me, like, okay, I'm so glad you think it's awesome. Like, yeah, okay. Here we go. Okay.
About half.
Okay. Ask it for topics. Like.
Look, I want to show you.
I know you've showed me too many times already.
All it is look, spacebar.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where if you play dumb, he'll just do it.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's about the only thing I can correlate it to. There's a question. How many people out there in the world can do that with their one eyebrow? Because
what kind of topics would you like?
I don't know. What kind of topics are you thinking that we should have a conversation about? Conversation.
How about let's go going on back to school.
Okay.
Since we are there.
Aren't we?
So actually, I don't need this to do that.
Okay.
So back to school. So what's back to school look like for us? Not for everybody else. What's back to school look like for us?
That's what it looks like.
No.
So
that's why I don't need topics.
How much of this do you want me to really spill out?
I don't care.
Well, I mean, okay, so the divorce is done on my side and finalized, and I've got final education say so for the kids, and now I'm like in a pissing match with the other side because he doesn't want to file. He doesn't want to follow the divorce decree, and so now the divorce decree has been given to the ISD, and and I haven't heard back from them, and it's just been like, oh well, no, I'm gonna have the kids here, I'm gonna have the kids there, I'm gonna have it's just.
Oh yeah. So how many times have you enrolled the kids in school?
And 3 times.
What's
and
the
now
divorce? What does the decree say?
That I have all final say so in education. And I was told by my attorney.
It literally states it in the decree. I've read it over and over and over.
I was told by my attorney that means even enrollment of school and choosing where they get to go to school. But as it stands right now, I'm waiting to hear back on the school district to find out what the school district says that they think that means.
Yeah, so there's a whole interpretation that they get to have on the matter too, which is, in my opinion, ridiculous. It says something and then their lawyers get to interpret it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they don't want to be held liable for breaking a...
I went through this last school year. The process for me was a whole lot easier than it is this school year with this situation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that is, because it says it clear as day. And the people that were reading through it, I guess the people that were reading through it is what's different.
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
I don't even like talking about it because I feel so, I'm fucking sad, man.
Yeah. Well, let's finish talking about back to school.
Okay.
So we have different custody schedules, obviously.
Yeah.
So you have 50-50.
Yep. Okay, so I have 50-50 of two of the girls. I have full custody of one.
And we have full custody of the youngest.
And when I okay, so hang on. Full custody meaning she does not see the other party, period. Full custody for you meaning,
well, yeah, full custody means that he relinquished his rights to
correct.
engage with this child.
Yes.
Only one of three that are his.
Same parent, same father for all three children, and he decided he didn't want to deal with one of them. So he still sees two, but not one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then our youngest is ours.
Yes, Miles.
And then I have a son with someone else. And so I have pretty much, I want to say full custody. I don't really have full custody because it really doesn't feel like it.
No.
Hope everything's okay over there.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Well, and to that, like I was just telling you like how much and I thought about it and replayed it over my head before I told you this. So this is kind of like off topic of back to school.
Yeah.
But just still processing and working through my feelings because I do feel so freaking defeated because a divorce decree is just a behave, be
it's
good.
Just a piece of paper.
You better be good. You got to be a good person. And it's bullshit because they're not good people and nothing in the divorce decree is going to make them be good people. And if you want to take them back to court because they're not being a good person, it's going to cost you money to do that. So what is the benefit of having a divorce decree?
I can't tell you what the benefit is, honey. I don't think there's the only benefit that you and I have received is we relinquished ourselves of the toxic people that we were with.
But have we really? Because they continue to just
to a certain degree.
Okay. Yes. And then
it's okay to go off.
Well, I got quiet because you've been on me to change my mindset and to not like, and I've been trying to do that.
This is where we release, though. This is the room we release in. It's fine.
And I told you this earlier, but it's like I feel like we are never going to be able to completely surrender to each other as a couple because we are bound to these other people for the next
10 years.
10 years.
Minimum.
Yeah. And so it's like we're not able to completely give everything to each other because there's a part of our heart and mind and soul that's bound to that other party because of this divorce decree.
Well, and because the rules, of the children.
Yeah, and the rules.
It has nothing to do with the divorce decree. If the children weren't involved, they wouldn't be involved.
Right.
Honestly. Yeah. It's just because we have children with other parties that are difficult.
Yeah. Yep.
And by difficult, I mean just astonishingly difficult. Don't show up to any games or practices, but you get to play, I'm going to take you on vacation.
Yeah.
And you also get half the summer. You get first, third, and fifth weekends, plus you get half the summer.
Yeah.
Plus, during the first portion of the summer, the first month of the summer, you're supposed to still get first, third, and fifth weekend.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. If we're going to split summer in half, I get all of the first part of summer.
You're getting all of the last half of summer.
What the what is our court systems doing?
That's like a whole nother fucking piss off subject. Like, respectfully.
Like when I was growing up.
Respectfully. You know what? Maybe not even respectfully, but all the judges in family court, fuck you.
Yeah, I agree. When I was growing up, my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
When I was Jax's age, or around about, I might have been a couple of years older. So, from what I saw back then to what I've seen now, things have obviously changed and continue to change in the way that they get out of things inside of the judicial system.
Yep.
But at the same time, in different matters of the judicial system, there are points that work right in there to work against the positive side of it.
Yep.
So it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It would be a whole lot easier if these people would be people that we could co-parent with.
No, they're not interested in co-parenting. And I told you that ultimately my feelings and belief is that he ultimately is just pushing my buttons and making my life ultimately miserable. And his hopes is that I will eventually off myself.
Yeah. They don't get that satisfaction.
They don't get that satisfaction, but his actions prove that that's what it is that he wants from me.
Yeah.
Like, he just wants me to fucking disappear. And I'm like, dude, I don't want you to disappear because that would be horrible for our children. I want you to just do like you have always done and just like, honestly, divorce is the only reason he stepped up to be a dad. Like, why couldn't you have done, like, we wouldn't have gotten a divorce if you could have just fucking stepped up and done what you're doing now. Like, you realize that, right? Like, if you would have stepped up, we would have never, if you would have stepped up and do what you're doing now, we never would have gotten a divorce. But yet you want me to apologize? You want me to apologize? Like, I don't get it.
What are you supposed to apologize for?
I don't know.
What did you do?
That's a great question. Maybe shine the light on who he is. I don't know. But even then, that doesn't seem to make it matter.
Separate divorce scenarios as well. It's similar but different.
Yeah. I'm super spicy and pissed off today.
I didn't leave.
You didn't.
I stayed. I'm trying not to
I know. But at the same time, I know that your brain is like, how much of this do I want to release and how much of it do I not want to release? I'm aware. So the pause, and you don't have to talk about your situation.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So I didn't leave because of a parenting matter or...
mine wasn't a parenting matter, but it definitely...
I left over an abusive alcoholic situation that just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then I found out the infidelity on so many levels.
Right.
That I assumed were happening. I just blinded myself to it, I guess. I traveled a lot for work anyways, so I was gone a lot. But what opened my eyes was whenever I was in the hospital for so long and the cameras I had on my house
don't lie.
Showed me everything that I need.
They don't lie.
Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not mad that we aren't together, honestly.
Cohabitating.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm probably the happiest I've ever been in my life, other than the fact
I am the happiest I've ever been in my life.
I have to share a child with this person.
Right.
Well, that is the only unhappy part that I have.
Yes. The only unhappy part that I have is the way of which I have to interact with this person. Because even though that we have children together, it's like, you're so you're so filled with hate. And it's very obvious that you are filled with hate because you spill it out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the way that, like, it's
they communicate with each other.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I think it is. I think it's unnecessary.
I think it's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
That they're so determined to make our lives miserable.
Like it's a freaking task.
Yeah.
For the day.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's call each other every day. Mm-hmm. Let's text each other every day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to Florida. Have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, they think we're doing this. Probably because you fucking are.
I don't really care. Like,
what the hell?
I don't feel a need to talk to, like, I never felt a need to talk to the other side's exes. Like, it wasn't a thing where I was like, oh, I'm going to go talk to them. No, they sought me out because they had fucking questions.
Yeah, and to that, somebody else's befriend or best friended.
Yes, your side.
I only had a girlfriend between her and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a whole nother level of fucked up.
It is. Yeah. It's gross and disgusting and completely unnecessary.
And they tell each other they love each other.
Do they?
That's even grosser.
It is more disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just the level of disrespect that I get, and that a divorce decree means fucking nothing.
No. Here and to that, here's another part. How much did it cost you to get there? And how much scrambling did you have to do for attorneys that did nothing?
Oh, that did fucking nothing. $27,000 is what was the final cost of the divorce. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're getting out a whole lot cheaper than I am.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But that's just because I was ready to settle. Like, had we not, I would have gone to fucking court and been like even further. Like, and to that, I wish I would have had the money to go in front of the judge, because shit would have ended a lot differently. So that's my advice. If you're going through a divorce, is don't settle. Don't do the settlement.
At the same time, if the property had been sold, the assets have been relinquished like they should have been in the beginning, you would have had the money to do what you needed to do, but he crippled you in the way of...
Yeah, absolutely. And he continues to do that as manipulation, to the point of like, and everybody's like, oh, well, you don't need child support, blah, blah, blah. Here's the deal. It's fucking ordered, okay? It's in the fucking divorce decree, and he agreed to it. He agreed to child support.
Well, and he also agrees to do other things that he doesn't do.
He only agreed to it because he knew he wasn't going to pay it. And I told you that. Yeah. When he agreed to it, I was like, he's never going to pay it. And to this day, today, he is $6,000 in the hole.
Yep.
$6,000.
$10,000, it's a felony.
And I pay for all the back to school supplies. I pay for all the sports registrations, which he's supposed to also pay 50% of. Haven't seen a fucking dime of that. He's supposed to pay for half of the medical, doesn't pay for it. Like, everything that's like, he doesn't do shit for them besides
he thinks his
sometimes
contribution to the medical part is his company paying for
medical insurance.
Yeah. And he thinks that's his contribution. Honestly, that's the way these people's mind works.
I know.
Like, oh, I did this.
Yeah.
Honestly, you didn't do anything.
No.
It was given to you.
And it's like, yeah. Well, and here's my biggest like thing on all of it is, it's like our children are our children for life.
Yeah.
And
well, then they have to see the shit show.
Right. I want to build a relationship with my children that they want to come back to when they're no longer my children.
Yes.
When they're no longer under the age of 18, I want to be their first phone call. I want to be their first come see my apartment. I want those things. I know that I need to behave in a certain way to build that relationship and bond so that I have that. And I tell you that all the time. I'm like, you know what? Like, what's the point of fighting these next 10 years? Because ultimately, I just want a relationship with them when they turn 18. Like,
the point of fighting is to show them we don't give up.
We don't give up. We don't give up. But at the same time, it's like, I know that every day I continue to fight, and every time I fight forward, I'm losing a piece of me backwards.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah.
I feel that daily.
That's like the best way that I can say that is.
That's a good way to put it. It really is.
So I just want to know, I just want my kids to feel so incredibly loved by me and here in this home and by you that they want to come back.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not buying them things. I know it's not.
No, it's
shopping
not vacations.
Sprees. It's not vacations.
All of that. It's what you show up for.
And how you show up.
Yeah. You don't have to be obnoxious or get in the other parent's face or cause a scene or whatever.
No.
All you got to do is show up.
How many times do I go and show up and he's there, but we're on two separate sides of the gym?
Yeah.
But we're both there. And both of the kids are like, man, my parents showed up for me.
And I can say this, that I actually appreciate the fact that he's showing up.
Yeah.
Because I can't say that about somebody else.
No, you can't. You can't. And
whether that's in the same city or not, because of the fact they live in the same, I don't think that's a great excuse.
I don't either.
Especially whenever I'm ordered to drive all the way to her house to drop him off.
Right.
Like, I don't think that's a good excuse.
I don't think so either. But.
Well, it's not even her house.
No. No. I don't know. I know that there's so many other parents out there that feel exactly how we feel. And there's so many times where it's like I don't have them the first day of school and my heart breaks. Every time I miss something.
You don't have them for a first day of school. You don't have them for a birthday. You don't have them for a holiday. And that's going to happen so many times.
I know.
And it's going to change. And believe it or not, it's going to change for the better. And it's hard to believe that right now.
I know.
The older they get, I can testify to this because my parents were divorced. The older they get, the wiser they get. And the more that they will start latching on to of their own, and they need to build this. It's important for our children to build this.
Yeah.
Their own mindset for
it. I know. But
we can't build that mindset for them.
No, we can't. And it's not my job to point it out to them either.
No.
And I try.
You don't have to.
No, when I try my hardest to bite my tongue and not say anything because that's not my place for them. Because it's not my place to build their mindset or their eyesight or their vision. That's not my place.
Yeah.
And so anytime that they want to come home and share something, I'm like, oh, that's great. I hope you guys had a blast. Or, whatever. Like, mind you, yeah. So he went out and bought a boat and I want to be like, he's $6,000 behind on child support, right? Like, I want to be like that.
Right.
But I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. And
you shouldn't. I know you want to.
Yes.
But you shouldn't.
No.
It's not something that you need to throw in a child's face.
They have no control over that.
I don't believe that's what you want either.
No, I just want him to not be a shitty human being. But so far, he's proven he's not capable.
There's certain things that I'm proud of him for. And there's a lot that I'm not. And you know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do you give up custody of one kid but not the other two? Like, that blows my mind. And everybody's like, oh, and to that, he's probably going to come back and like, this is going to explode because he's going to be like, they talk so much hate about me.
They made a video.
Yeah, they made so
they're talking about me. We never said your name, bro.
Right. If it's about you, it's about you. To that, the only thing that the oldest requested was that they go to therapy together before he
signed the order. Before he even signed the order. This was 6 months prior to signing the final order.
Yeah.
She requested this. And then it's still in the final order that she still requests it.
Yeah.
And he's still yet to try.
No, he refuses to go to therapy.
And she even wrote him a letter.
Yeah, reunification therapy is all she really wanted.
She wrote him like a long ass letter and then read it to us because she's very open as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys will see that one day.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that. So she calls me dad.
Mm-hmm.
I am her dad.
Yeah. You are all of their dads. Like, you're a dad figure in this home. You're a dad.
Yes.
You're not.
But I'm more of her dad than I am to the other two.
Yeah.
Because it's a constant. She's here.
Yeah.
We go out and do stuff one-on-one. Yeah. We have our one-on-one time.
Yeah.
I don't really get that with the other two because we only see them
7 days at a time.
7 days. And out of those 7 days, we've got to be very strict with our time limits and even our personal time because we split up our personal time for those 7 days. Like our personal time, we cut down.
Yes.
To spend more time with them during that time.
Yeah.
This is all what we signed up for. I'm not sitting here complaining. Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm not complaining at all. There's no complaining, but I just know that there's going to be there's a lot of people out there who are like, fuck, how am I going to blend all of this? Our case is probably not as unique as what you think it is. And our mindset and what goes through our mind and what floods and what we're willing to actually open up about.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, there's something about our story that somebody is like, shit. Yeah, they get it. They fucking get it. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
We live it every day. We have two high conflict co-parents who partner against us on a daily.
Y'all aren't alone.
No, you're not alone.
There's so many people. I'm going to tell you, And we even have client. I mean, we have
what I would
even
love?
our clients are right here in the same space.
You know what I would love? I would love to interview and have a family law attorney on. I would love to interview a family law attorney. Not that they're going to.
One that works?
I don't know. Like I want to interview a family law attorney and be like, what the fuck? Not that you're going to, because I'm probably too combative for you, but like,
bet.
Yeah,
I'll get one in here.
You think so? Yeah, I don't know. I really
put it on my plate.
Yeah, put it on your plate. I really do want to interview a family law attorney because it's like.
All right, on the next episode of
what the hell?
FAFO.
Oh, there's just so many questions that it would be like a 3-parter for sure.
No. All the answers would be
Depends.
I don't recall.
It depends. Well, what's your court say? What's your judge say? What's your attorney say?
What did your amicus say? What does the therapist say? What does this person say? What do you say? Can you speak for yourself?
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna let everybody. If I'm,
you know what yeah, tell me about it. Exactly.
Like, why can't I go in the courtroom by myself and talk to the judge? Can someone please tell me why I have to have an idiot next to me? I did all the work.
And I know what I want.
Why do I have to have somebody speak to the judge for me?
Right.
Why can't I go, judge? This is what I need. This is what's been done. Here's the proof. Boom, done.
Right. Yeah.
Why do I have to pay
why
this
do we have
jackass?
To have, why do we have to have all of the, well, here's evidence A and evidence B and evidence C? Like,
and you're submitting this shit for honestly years for no fucking reason.
Nobody's gonna fucking look at it. Nobody looks at fucking anything.
No.
The judge has 20 fucking minutes to decide the rest of your goddamn life.
Yep.
Sorry for the GD.
Glad you got it out.
Yeah. My heart's racing right now. I don't have my watch on, but I'm sure it'd be skyrocketing.
I'm probably getting dinged over here. That's probably what's going on.
Yeah, probably.
My wrist is over here vibrating.
Yeah. So you're not alone.
No, not by any means.
High conflict, mocha choca bullshit.
By the way, everybody's going to think that you don't shower.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
You have the same outfit on in every recording.
Not every recording. It's my new jam. Black is my new vibe, okay? Black and loose fitting is my new vibe. I used to be a Lulu girl, Lululemon, like through and through.
Didn't used to be.
Didn't used to be?
You still are, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when this like kicks off, I can go back to Lulu. Right now we're on.
Right now we're on FUBU.
Yeah, right now we're on FUBU. Yeah. No, we're on. Yeah, so black.
I really like your shoes.
Thanks. Yeah. So we went to the Van store and they
I picked those out.
I know, you did a good job. He knows my shoe size and my style, y'all.
That's really not your style? I don't feel like. It's kind of dark. But I like them. I mean, I think they're kind of cool. But
dark's kind of my new vibe. So like I've been like black, like I ordered a bunch of like loose fitting black stuff to shoot in that, and it's like I'm usually in bright colors. You are a very bright color person, and I'm usually like my outfits are usually pretty cute and put together.
So if I were to go put my bright shirt on that I like to wear, I have several.
You do.
I would be a different color in that picture and in that picture and in that picture, just because of the lighting.
Yeah.
Changes.
Yeah.
And then the lighting behind us.
Right.
So there is a reason why people wear black in their
vids.
And there's a black wall behind them majority of the time. Ours kind of looks purple.
Ours looks purple. That's just because that's the way it's lit. Yeah. But no, it's my new vibes. But yeah, my tennis shoes now are, I don't know, my Vans are black with black, white, and their skulls on them. So
I can't wait to get a sign.
I know. It's going to look cool.
A piece of artwork or something. I want something back there.
Yeah. Something.
Also, I don't know that we're going to keep this set up this way.
What do you want to change?
Maybe put the chairs here.
It's kind of what I was thinking too, but I love the couch.
Yeah. I laid on it.
The chairs are the chairs to me speak formal. Like the couch is like, come in, sit down, let's talk. Let's have a therapy session. Yeah. So now it's like, I almost want to be like, okay, get rid of your desk. We've got 2 sets. Like, because like the podcast people that we follow, they've got how many sets in their house? Like 3 at least.
Oh my gosh. Seems like every room in their house is black.
Yeah. Honestly. They're pretty freaking cool people though.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet them in person. I'm really looking forward to that.
Me too.
Maybe get some ink at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. They be in the Florida area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're really cool people.
They're really cool. Y'all should go check them out. To be better podcast.
Yeah. They've got the TikToks and the
I'm all about
shorts.
Supporting other people.
Yeah. And I believe in their beliefs.
That's
a big thing. Well, they speak and they hold and they toe the line to their beliefs, and they do not allow anybody to sway them on their beliefs, and I love that about them.
No, and to that there is so on YouTube there's a chat box.
Mm-hmm.
And they released a video today.
Yeah.
That was from a long time ago, and everybody's
it was like a month behind. Yeah.
Everybody's blowing up this chat box like they're reading the chat box.
Yeah.
And obviously they're not, because they're dripping the stuff out that they have.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are aware of that.
No.
But whenever you're now behind the cameras and behind the scenes, you see the transitions that it takes to get to that point.
Yeah.
And even from the editing point of view, where they insert things and stop frames and change things or put captions in here and they don't have captions over here. There are so many things that catch my eye when we're watching these now that go, oh, that's a stop. That's a stop. That's a stop.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. He's because I know he does a lot of the editing himself, I think he also has a pretty good team too. He would have to, because I know that they own several.
Well, they said they just freed up a bunch of their time, so I think he
outsourced some of it. I don't want to say like one way or the other
what they're doing,
but and they also own several. I can't even several. I am tongue tied today. They also own several other businesses. I know that I feel like a tattoo parlor is probably one of them.
Yeah.
That they own and operate. And I don't know how many actual like shops that they have.
I'm not sure.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the one that we went to was theirs?
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
But they're not in that area.
No, I guess not.
No, they're up a little bit further north.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot further north.
Yeah. But so I don't know. I know that they do a lot of stuff, but they're really, really good at the To Be Better podcast. And I love the way that they think. I love how they put out their content. I love their
their style all the way around.
Yeah.
And the taste. Like, he's got a whiskey bar that they built for their new background.
Oh yeah,
the whiskey bar is really nice.
Yeah, that's his man cave. He just finished out with that.
Yeah,
and I say who knows?
We
really.
Just started watching them. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, we've been watching them for a little while. We've been watched quite a few of their stuff.
We did
a little bit of their stuff. Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, I love the way of which she. I guess what I love the most about her is the way that she portrays her respect that she has for him and their relationship.
Yes.
And the value.
And I think why you see all of that is because that's how we try to treat each other as well.
Yes.
I think that's why you view them so highly, is because that's where you see us at.
Yes. Yeah. And I never want to idolize someone or put somebody up on a high pedestal, which is why I don't appreciate celebrities, because they're put up on a high pedestal for who we believe them to be,
right?
Versus who they really are.
Oh, you can tell this is true stuff.
Yeah.
Like, these people are on point.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling their feelings.
Yes.
They're legit being honest with exactly how they feel.
Yeah. And to that, like, the way that you and I interact on the daily is we wake up in the morning and make an active, conscious choice to continue this same respect that we had yesterday.
Yep.
And there are times in the day where things will happen or there will be a comment said or whatever, and you can choose, and you have and she even talks about this, that, or he does, the active, like, conscious choice. You've got two choices. Like, you can go with the old way you would respond to someone, or you can go with the new way that we live our relationship, which is respect. And like, the old way of which I would have responded would have been like sarcasm. I would have popped back with something just as snarky or, sassy or whatever, which ultimately just degrades you as a person.
It just builds up hatred.
It does, absolutely. And so, like, as much as, like, it's like, ooh, I want to say that, and that would, like, that's snarky and it's my personality, but what does that do for you?
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying to be somebody different.
It just triggers something.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, and we've actually even had days where we're not perfect. We get that. But we've even had days where it's like, it's tit for tat all day long with us. I say something, you say something. And then we get to the end of the day and I'm like, I'm so freaking frustrated with you. Like, but not like in a hatred filled way, but like, damn you. Like, you've been getting on my nerves all day long.
Oh, that's just because I'm pestering you.
Yeah. And so it's like, and then I have to, like, well, usually then we
I would say it's not on purpose, but it is.
It is, yeah.
It's very much
It's
purpose.
very much because you enjoy the reaction. So it's not that we're perfect, but we also very much are aware when we're towing the line and when we're close to
You play those games too, Squirt Gun Girl.
I do, yes. Well, and I'm not even saying so much.
Let's go get the caramel.
Yeah, you like that? I got you so good.
And then toss it off to the daughter.
You weren't expecting. I didn't even squirt you with it. She did.
Yeah, but you threatened it and gave her the idea. She's like, ha! Give it to me, Mom. Pass it off.
And I was like, eh.
Well, now you have to explain it.
Oh, I don't know.
It was your idea.
I was feeling frisky. I was like, you know what? He's in bed right now. I'm going to go get. So I was in the kitchen, and coffee's one of my favorite things. And we have a little coffee station, and there's caramel and like
the espresso station.
All of the drizzles, right? And the syrups and all of it. And so, like, I just grabbed the caramel and headed to I don't know. It was an intrusive thought. Okay?
Most people have a bar full of alcohol. We have
coffee.
A coffee bar.
Yeah,
coffee connoisseur.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of different coffees.
Lots of different coffees.
Actually, the blueberry one's really good.
Yeah, Death Wish blueberry new one.
Yeah.
It's to die for. It's all gone, by the way.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know. I just went by and grabbed the caramel drizzle, and it was already like down. So, like, all you do is pop the lid, because if you store it the other way, it takes forever to, like, drizzle it out. So I just walked to the bedroom, and you were laying in bed. And when I'm about to do something like that, I can't keep a straight face. If you just look at me and you're like,
mm-hmm. What's the look?
Yeah, you just.
Are you sure you're ready to do this?
That's the look you give me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like.
Are you sure you're ready to do this?
Yeah, because he's about to end up on the floor. Because making.
Well, I want to end up there too. But are you sure you're ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm willing to at least try. So I just, I sneak up on you and drizzle it, and then you, like, pin my arms down to my side.
That is your comeback on those days that I'm agitating you. That is whenever you feel frisky, and I'm not expecting it, because at some point in between those two timelines, there's been space for calmness.
Yes.
And then out of nowhere,
Jen came in like a hurricane.
Full-blown war zone.
Yeah. Whoosh. Yeah. We've got the water shooters, so it's not really like a water pew. It's like
it's a full-blown, like, freaking water hose.
It's like a water cannon. Yeah. And we do water wars in the house, which everybody's like, oh my gosh, you allow water gun fights in the house? Yeah, it's just water, man. Like, it's not
going to hurt anything.
I've got worse shit in my life to worry about than
water.
Yeah. I'm good. It's not like it's not going to get
everybody gets in on it.
Everybody.
And it's very random. It's never planned. No. It is always random.
Yes.
Everybody's got them stashed everywhere. They're stashed in all of the bathrooms.
All the girls' room. Everybody's room has one.
Underneath the bed, behind the bed, underneath the sink, kitchen, living room.
And I enjoy
which means don't break into our house.
Yeah. Water gun central.
Yeah.
Yeah. Water guns everywhere. but that's fun. But yeah, so I tried to get you with caramel, and then you were like, I don't think so. You like swatted it out of my hand, and you thought you were good because like you had like pinned my arms down to my side by giving me a hug or something.
And then the teenager runs in the room and grabs it.
Yeah, no, she didn't even grab it. I like that's all the hand motion I had left was that, and so I was able to like, and then you tried to like swat it out of the air, but she got it, and then you were busy holding me down. And then she was like, and you had it like it was all in your beard, it was in your nostrils, it was everywhere.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you were sticky.
Yeah.
And then you got it on your foot, and then you were like hobbling around because it was on your hands, and you're like, I don't.
I have one hand and one foot that's covered, and then the other hand and the other foot is the only free stuff. And then I stepped in it with the other foot. So now I've got no legs. Yeah. Or I'm going to track it all through the house. So whatever, just go for it. What else you got?
Yeah. Yep. So there you go. I forgot where I was going with that.
You were just telling the caramel story.
Oh. That meant before that. I really didn't know.
We jump around a lot. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to bring laughter into our conversations.
Yeah. I'm supposed to go and get my ink finished this week.
Yeah. We never finished the back to school thing. Do you not want to?
What about back to school? Oh, we got off the rant.
We did.
It's back to school with us. I mean, I've gotten half of the school supplies purchased so far.
It's all your that's all you have to do, right? Half?
Right? No, that's just what they had out. Like, I went to Target for something, and then I was like, oh, I'll go check out their seasonal department. And they had like just stocked all the shelves, and everything was on sale. So I was like, yes, please. Because they had everything to pick from. And so I just got the stuff that I knew that would be on the list. Like everybody's going to have the Brad folders or in the plastic Brad folders, and they're going to have the journals, and they're going to have the composition books, and they're like, and the markers and the matte pencils and the pencil, like all of that stuff's never going to change. Yeah. And so it's like, you just get it because you just already know what's on the list. Like, it's just, once you're a parent for so long, you just know.
Well, you know what elementary school is going to be. Now we know what middle school is going to be. We already know what high school is.
Yeah. It's easy.
You got a backpack and you need
well, that, and it's like everything's Chromebook now. So it's like, really, how much of the school supplies that we're sending to school are they actually using?
Maybe the paper and the pencils.
The journals, maybe. I don't know.
For math.
I don't know.
I don't know that they're really journaling anything for English.
I wish that they would actually put on the back to school list like what the teachers want. Who made the school list? Did the teachers even make the list? Or did the district make the list? Like, tell me.
The people that are reading the divorce decree.
Yeah, probably.
Made the list.
Fuckers. I know that teachers want so much more.
Yeah, they do. We interviewed one.
Yeah. She actually left teaching.
I'm going to drop her stuff probably today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
She was so well spoken.
At least one of them.
Yeah. She was so well spoken. Emily is amazing.
She was. I enjoyed that.
She's a really amazing human.
I enjoy having people on.
Me too. And I love her perspective on the kids and how she is taught in her 7 years of teaching, how she taught so many different kids. So many different personality types, so many different situations, and she's got some really good ideas on changing education to benefit the children.
Yeah.
But because teachers, and I did not know this, teachers can't speak out because they will lose their job. I didn't know this. Did you? I didn't until now.
Doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me either. So, yeah. I don't know. It blows my mind.
It's quite ridiculous.
Honestly. Yeah.
School systems and court systems.
So anytime you give anything to the government, it's mocha choke bullshit.
Including yourself.
Yep.
You've been there, huh?
Yeah. I'm a veteran. I know what it's like to sign a blank check to the United States government for up to your life. I know what that looks like. I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like at the age of 18 to write your will and make sure that when you deploy, that everybody has access to what you need to in case you're killed in a war zone, and that they can go in and they can go to the storage unit, and that they can, I know what all that shit fucking looks like.
Yeah.
Do they know where to find your class A's for they bury your body? Do you know where you're going to be buried? I had to write my will at the age of 18.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm not your average. I'm just not your average 37-year-old. I've been through so much shit.
Yeah. Or are you?
Maybe I am. Okay, so I guess where I feel like I'm not
Maybe you
average.
actually are exactly average.
Maybe. Maybe exactly I am. And that would be sad because I hope that most people in the world don't feel like I feel on a daily basis.
I would hope so too, but I have a different feeling about that, and I think that you're probably more than 50% of the population
That breaks my heart.
average,
That absolutely breaks my heart.
at least here in the United States.
Yeah, it breaks my heart, man. It sucks.
I don't know what other countries are like. I've never been to other countries for a long period of time.
I've just been to the fucking sandbox and it smells like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smells like shit, looks like shit. They treat you like shit.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Yeah. So there's that. But no, I feel like for me, I don't feel like I fit in with the traditional moms that meet the teacher. Like, and even to
Oh,
that,
but I think you do.
but I have a hard time. I don't think I do.
Well, they're different
Yeah.
in the way that they think,
Right.
I believe.
Yeah.
But I think they've gone through the same amount, not exactly the same amount of shit, but they're going through some shit.
Yeah.
Like there are so many divorced parents at the school,
Yeah.
and you can tell. Like, so when you go to your kids, I don't know if you guys pick up on this or not. I don't know if you've even picked up on this. When you go to your kids, whatever they're having in the gym, right? Whether they're putting on a play or they're getting an award ceremony, there are two different sides of the room to sit on. It's
Mm-hmm.
split down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is? For two sets of parents.
Yeah, I guess so. I just thought of it like, I mean, yeah. I mean, so does that mean when our kids get married, we need 4 sections?
4 sections?
Yeah. I mean, I guess not because your ex and my ex are communicating. So I guess we still really only need 2.
Yeah. Oh, we
Well,
don't.
made that
Yeah.
shit easy. No, I'm just not. I mean, I guess I'm just not your. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm your average mom in a lot of aspects. And I find it hard to make friends with moms. I find it hard to make friends in general.
It's hard to trust people
Yeah.
after you've been burned so many times
Yeah.
by people that are really close,
Or that you thought
like
were close.
that should be close.
Yeah. Yep. Did you, when you got divorced, become an ambassador for divorce?
An ambassador for it?
Yeah. Like once you filed for divorce and you talked about it, more people who like you knew came out and were like, yeah, we're getting a divorce too.
No.
No.
No. I had several of my best friends that had already done it
Yeah.
way before I did
Yeah.
for the same fucking reasons.
That's awful.
Honestly, that's why I'm like, no, I don't think that we're below average for the shit we've been through.
Yeah.
Even the men that I know that are in my life have been treated the same way that I've been treated by the women they had in their life.
Did you believe that there were women out there that would treat you like I'm treating you? And let me ask you this question. Am I treating you to all the expectations and standards that you had? Or are you still surprised or are there places of which I can
Oh,
improve?
you surprise me all the time.
Thank you. Hope that's good.
That is good. You surprise, you go over and above any expectation I've ever had.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I don't think you find this stuff out honestly about another person after your first relationship, if it was long or short or whatever it was, until you're wise enough to know what expectations you need for yourself.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't think that, you know, getting married at the age of 18, getting divorced at the age of 20, that you already have the experience to know what you want right now in this space.
Yeah.
Because you could have got married again. That only lasted for a couple more years. You got treated like shit again. You didn't learn your lesson the first time because it wasn't a long enough period of time.
Yeah.
So I think there are different instances for sure.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with, I believe, is the length of time you were with that person and the shit that you put up with, because it is a marriage.
Yeah.
And no marriage is 100% all of the time. It's
No.
not 50%, 50-50 all of the time either, nor should that be the expectation.
Well, yeah.
And some days I'll do 80%, you'll do 20. Some days you'll do 80%, I'll do 20, and vice versa. And I'm just giving that a for instance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the way it is, but there are so many people that I believe are stuck in a mindset of, well, I have to do this,
Elaborate.
but do I have to do this? And then there becomes a question at some point in that relationship: do I still have to do this? No, you don't.
Yeah.
If you're asking yourself that question, no, you don't have to do that. No, you don't have to put up with that. No, you shouldn't do that because you think it's what's right for your kids. There are so many people that are even stuck in long-term relationships right now, I believe, for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I agree.
Because they want to make an excuse to stay, which means ultimately you're not done putting up with the shit.
Yeah.
You have not drawn the line in the sand to say, I'm done with this. I don't have to take this anymore.
Yeah.
And I do believe there is a certain level of shit that you will go through before you will say, I'm done.
Yep. And sometimes you don't say it at all. Sometimes you just want to complain about it.
Yeah. And that's even worse.
Yep.
In my opinion, again, that's worse. To sit around and do nothing but nag and nag and nag. Well, you didn't do this today. Well, you didn't do that today. What? This didn't get done. Dude, shut the fuck up. You know why I didn't get done? Because I was doing X, Y, and Z. Like, you didn't come to me and talk to me about it, and then the respect disappears out of it. Once the respect is gone out of your relationship, there's no more relationship.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
It's done.
Yep. It is done. It's why I protect our relationship so much. And I don't want people to think like, oh my gosh, she's doing all the work in the relationship. It's not that way.
Yeah.
Our respect is not just on my side to you. It's also from you to me. I feel like because it's what I wanted so much, I talk about it more. I don't know why.
What do you mean you talk about it more?
Like, I talk about our values and respect for each other and our standards that we've got for each other. I feel like I wanted it so much more that maybe that I talk about it more. I'm not sure.
You think you wanted it more than I did? Or do?
No, I think we want it the same. In our relationship, we want it the same. I'm talking about like I craved it so much and missed it so much and knew and could pinpoint exactly what was missing in my marriage.
Yeah.
That it's like I carried that pinpointness with me to being like, no,
I can see that.
This
I would
is
agree
it.
with that statement because I didn't. I just knew that I didn't want any more of that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that I needed something else or there was something else better out there. I just knew that I was done with that.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, this is it. I'm out.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Mm-hmm.
Been beat down long enough.
Yeah. I'm aware. Yep. Yeah. And to that, like there are certain things in our relationship that trigger you
Yes.
that I have to be, and it's not that I have to be, it's that I want to be cautious about those things.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I know. I don't like putting words in your mouth or talking for you. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I know that there are, like, It doesn't matter if I am up all night. It doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if the baby is awake. It doesn't matter. At no point is it acceptable for me to go sleep on the couch.
What do you mean?
You don't care if I am keeping you up. You don't care if the TV is on. You do not care if the baby is upset and fidgety. Like, you don't care if you're going to go to work the next day.
Yeah, I just didn't like how you phrase that. Like
I
I'm
know.
controlling
No,
that situation.
not at all. You just don't find it acceptable at any point. Like, you missing out on sleep is not a good enough reason for me to go to the couch.
No, it's not.
I guess that's how I should have phrased it first. I'm sorry.
And thanks for fixing that.
Of course. But yeah, you don't care if you're going to miss out on sleep, or I might potentially wake you up, or
yeah,
whatever.
So that is one of my triggers. So you not being in bed next to me is a trigger.
Yep.
For me. So many times I went to sleep and woke up to nothing.
Yeah. And the wonder and the panic and the
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, and I
just a response.
Yeah, and once you explained, because I was like,
for the longest time, I reach over the bed.
Mm-hmm. You still do. You still do.
We have a big bed.
Oh yeah, it's a California King. It's freaking huge. And so sometimes I am for a phone charger or whatever. I'm more on my side of the bed, and I am just outside of fingertip reach for you when you roll over and you put your hand over. And then if you can't immediately, my response is to put my hand on your hand, like, I'm here. It's good. I'm here. And then you immediately, like, your entire body relaxes. Like, your hand is still on my hand, but your body, the tension releases. So yeah, no, it's not that. It's not a control thing. It's just like, hey, this.
Yeah, so we're two very broken people.
This action, this action produces anxiety.
It does.
Please don't do that. And the respect level is, I truly understand that, but you also understand too that I'm not going to go to bed or sleep the same time you are.
Yeah.
My sleep algorithm.
Yeah, I don't expect you to go to sleep whenever I do.
No.
Because I know that you're a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't expect you to wake up whenever I do.
No.
Because I get up in the morning and like to have my morning.
Yeah.
Usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's things that with me you understand. Stupid things as far as taking your belt off.
Yep.
If I'm in the room, you won't take your belt off. You go to the bathroom, you go to the closet, you go to the bed, like wherever I am, and you take your belt off, you go to a different room.
Yep.
And I know that's like, what?
Yeah.
But no, that's
occasionally it will come off, and then there's a.
Oh yeah, there's a response. It's the sound. It's the sound, and or to that. And this happened recently, and you didn't like it, but you took your belt off in the bathroom and then came through that bathroom door. And I like legit almost put myself on the counter. Like, and my body language said it. I didn't have to say anything.
No, you didn't. It was all over your face.
Mm-hmm. And you were like, I hate this.
I do hate it.
And I
hate it for you. I don't hate it for me.
Yeah. I hate it for you because I know it breaks your heart.
I hate it for you that's a response.
Yeah. Yep. Or a soda can.
Oh yeah.
An opening.
Popping a top.
Mm-hmm. Opening of a soda can. Yeah. I haven't broken that one yet.
Yeah.
I work on it.
Yeah. Well, it's not just you on that one.
No.
It's the entire house.
It is.
It literally is the entire house.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, and it's only whenever I do it. It's not because everybody drinks soda.
Yeah.
So they don't do it to each other.
Nope.
It's only whenever I open one.
Yes. Yeah, you open a soda. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous too.
That it has to be even a thing. because it shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't, and I 100% agree, but it is.
It is.
But yeah, we each have our own triggers, and we respect them, and we understand where they came from. But that came from us laying down the foundation of our relationship very early, and me opening up and telling you.
We went through a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations that I'm sure you guys will hear along the way of this journey.
Yes. I thought I tightened your mic up before we did all this, but you've done nothing but done nothing but jack with it since the kids play with it. You've done nothing but jack with your mic since we got in here.
Yeah, I know, because it won't stay still.
You keep moving to that aspect as well.
Says the one who's moving her mic.
I know, but I don't like have to like completely shift. But I know
I'm a large person.
You are a large person, tiny.
I've lost like 10 pounds.
You have. I'm so proud of you. I think I found them.
Did you?
I think I did.
I thought I flushed them down the toilet.
You're awful.
So what are we doing for dinner?
I thought you and Hannah were going to make something. You agreed to cook with her, I thought.
I did. I just seen if you caught on to that.
Yeah.
I'm doing hamburger casserole or shepherd's pie, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I was going to say goulash. I was way off. I'm excited. It'll be a good dinner. I've got to work on my campaign that I've got going on that I need to finish, and then I got to start building content.
Yeah. I gotta edit the teacher stuff and get it out. I still have time.
Drop it.
I got time.
You got the time. Yeah.
How far are we in?
We are.
Yeah, I got time.
Hour 28, I think. That's what that says. Hour 20, hour 28, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, let's go back to the back to school thing. Back to school.
Back to school means back to sports.
It does. Back to sports. We got this.
It means back to shopping. It means a lot of things.
It does. So the back to school clothing shopping, I think we're pretty much done.
I think we're pretty good on it.
Yeah.
Other than Jax probably needs some shoes.
Yeah. And then Haley, I think, needs tennis shoes for athletics. Harley, I think, is pretty much good. Just sprinkle her in some stuff. She's the hardest to buy for.
She likes dresses.
No, she doesn't.
Then why does she wear them all the time?
She doesn't wear dresses. She's into skirts with tops right now. But finding the skirts that she will wear. She's difficult as far as like colors and fits.
Well, she's the fashion.
Isn't she though? She really is. But she won't brush her hair. Yeah. But Haley has fashion too, though. Haley's got a vibe. Haley is a full vibe. Haley herself is a vibe. Hannah is just like,
give me some PJs.
Give me
some boxers and some PJs.
Give me, this looks awesome. Great, thanks. Slippers and all. Which at Crossroads, they have a higher dress code standard. So.
Oh, yeah? Is she aware?
I don't think so.
She will be.
Real quick, right? Yeah, so she'll be going. So we've got one in an accelerated graduation program. We hope she graduates sooner than later. And then we've got one in middle school and two in elementary school. So our hope is to get all of the.
I'm just glad we got her through driver's ed last summer.
But it's not even complete because she didn't get all of her driving hours. So it's like she's got her permit. So I don't even know
quite a bit while we were on the beach.
Yeah. Well, no, like she finished driver's ed and got her permit, but she still has to like go and do.
We have to log all the hours. But we didn't log anything from the beach.
No, we didn't. I don't know. There's so many things that we need to go in and do so she can get her license, but the kid got to act right first.
Yeah. Faux show.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we can get two kids going to the same elementary, middle school, and then high school. So instead of 4 kids, 4 different schools, we'll have 4 kids in 3 schools.
You eliminate one school.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Nothing different.
No. And then Miles, we need to figure out if he's going to be going to. I mean, honestly, I really don't want him going anywhere this school year. I'm thinking next school year when he's like a year and a half, 2. I could see him going to a program. Right now, I just think he's too little. Like I
don't really want him to go anywhere
because he can't speak. Like I've always said, like my kid and the girls always did. They always went once they could speak because then they could advocate to me what was happening if something was going wrong.
Yeah.
That's always been my big thing, because when they're babies, they can't advocate.
No. And there's so much there's just so many bad places.
Yeah.
That have bad management.
Yep.
Unfortunately, know the industry, right?
Yep.
They're either managed poorly, or they don't get paid enough, or for whatever reason it is, they're too young. They shouldn't be in the business that they're in. They just don't care enough.
Right.
And for it to be your child and you're sending them off, yeah, I'm not into it that early.
No, me either. But there's some really great Mother's Day out programs that start at the age of 2 that
I'm all about a babysitter for a night out. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
But that's different. That's different. That's a one-on-one. That's someone you're inviting into your home, somebody you probably already know, something along those lines. But when you're relying on a center to care for your child, like, the only person and only center I would trust to do that, we're not close to.
Yeah. Well, I think we should, at some point, just look into the nanny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had nannies in the past. Like, the girls and I have had nannies in the past, and it was beneficial until, until she quit. And then it wasn't until years later that I found out why she quit.
Yeah.
Such short notice. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, gotta go.
I think that was intentional on his part, though. I think he didn't know how to.
Didn't want to have the conversation with you about it.
Didn't want to have a conversation with me about terminating her or whatever. And
so the easiest way was to do something else.
Yeah. Or attempt to do something else. I mean, whatever. But no, I don't think that instance would happen with you.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm really good. I'm not interested in complicating my life anymore by adding another baby daddy to the situation, okay?
No, thank you.
I'm good. I'm so good.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'll be gone.
What do you mean you be gone?
I just would be gone. I disappear.
I'm not going to sleep with a nanny. Are you going to sleep with a nanny?
No.
I didn't think so.
I'm not going to sleep with him.
With him? It's going to be a him nanny? It's going to be a manny?
A manny?
Yeah, I'm open to it. I don't really care.
I don't know. Are there mannies?
There are. There are. I think it depends on the gender of your children and what your children need, and yeah. But yeah, there are men that are professional nannies, and just like there's men that are professional nurses. Like, just because you are a gender,
I understand,
doesn't mean you're not, doesn't mean you're not good at something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd be open to a nanny. I think there is one girl child that would be opposed to it.
Which one is that?
Age 2 would be opposed to it, I think. Yeah. Too much pushback and questioning.
Yeah. Her not getting her way.
Yeah. Back to school means also for us starting the new chore schedule, and us starting a new homework schedule, and starting the
whole after school schedule.
Yeah. The whole after school schedule is a whole thing.
It is in our house.
Yeah.
I don't know about everybody else, but our house, everybody is, well, last year, everybody was in 2 sports each.
Yes.
And some took place at the same time.
Yes.
Those 2 sports for that one person.
Yeah.
You're good. Just was moving my other leg. So that meant as soon as we got everybody picked up, and it takes about an hour to do pickup for everyone because everybody gets out at different times.
Oh, it's longer than that. I feel like it's an hour and a half.
It might be closer to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So because of that, the time that we get home, we have time to get home, get a snack, and leave again.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get home from that, we have time to eat dinner. And then a little bit of time for homework. Luckily, our kids are not, bogged down with a whole lot of homework because they're on their own pace.
Yeah.
With the Chromebooks, but
yeah,
thank God for that. Or
it's
they
a
wouldn't have
thing.
any social life whatsoever.
No, I mean we don't have a social life during the school year. We don't.
We don't have one outside of this school year.
No, not really. But it's even more so like
But
lockdown.
I think that's by choice.
I think so. Being social gives me anxiety.
Doesn't really give me anxiety. It's just people just aren't real, man.
This is true.
I just want real people to be around.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want your fake shit.
Nope.
I don't want your drama.
Nope.
I'm sure people think that about us.
Oh, I'm sure. Which is why I'm like, I don't
too
even.
much drama.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be your friend.
Mm-hmm. Which is what I think happened. Hang on.
Hanging. Which is what you
It's
think
just what
happened?
I think happened during the divorce. It's like,
oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of scattering that goes on. Heads up, in case you didn't know. So if you've got close friends, they are going to scatter. They're going to try and tell you that they're not going to pick sides, and then they're ultimately going to pick a side.
well, and then once they pick the side, they just fucking vanish. If they're on your side, they I don't know what it is, but I would love a therapist to come on and explain this to us. What happens with our friendships when you file for divorce and divorce starts that they just disappear?
Well, they're active in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I feel like. Do you feel the same way? They're active in the beginning of it because they're engaging in the drama of it.
Yeah.
And then they also want you to be, oh, you're single? That means I have an excuse so I can go be with this person. And I can get out of my house. So I think there's that as well.
Yeah. And then also too, like the married couples that do side with you, it's like you're now this awkward single person and they don't know what to do with you. And your interests shift when you're no longer the married couple that you were and you're now a single person. Your interests shift.
Right. Well, they don't want to invite you over to hang out and be only one person because then the vulnerability is there for all the married people that are at whatever gathering it is.
Yeah.
Right. So they think you're going to get out of line? I don't know.
It's just a weird mindset thing that happens. I would love a therapist to come on and like just talk and be like, work me through this. Like, why is that we do this as human beings? And why is it that why is it that we have to go through a divorce to know how to act as friends, to be there for the other humans that go through this? Because I know that my experience has taught me how I need to be a better friend when somebody's like, hey, I'm going to get a
Absolutely.
divorce. Great. So still come around, still hang out. Tell me about your dating drama or not about your dating drama. Like, are you just happy being happy and seeing, like, I don't care. Like, your marriage does not define our relationship.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Like, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's a wrap.
No, I just, has taught me so much.
Yeah, for sure.
And the people who, like you said in the beginning, were all about it and then disappear.
Yeah, they're sitting there egging it on, right? Like they're in your corner. They got your back so much so that they're like right there the entire lead up to it. And then it's done. Like, not done, but it's started, it's initiated.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, whoa, what do we do with this?
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's just mind-boggling to me that they're willing
and then the period of separation, even after that.
Yeah.
Before someone actually reaches back out to even wonder about how you're doing.
And
was even a long period of time.
And even to that, by the time somebody did reach out and ask me how I was doing, I was just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You waited too long, dude. I mean,
yeah,
like if you were my friend, quote unquote, right?
Yeah, where were you when I was packing up my shit? Where were you when, like, I don't know. There's just so many times where it's like, where were you? Like,
Yeah.
why did, like, I'm
This
sorry.
would have been an expectation for them, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can say for my guy friends, and I apologize, guys, I wasn't there for them. Also didn't, from a guy's perspective, didn't know that they were going through what they were going through until they had done what they did
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
And as a man that has gone through what I've gone through, knowing what they went through as well, it's not something we literally go flaunt around.
No. And I love
Demasculine. Say the word.
demascul. I can't say it because I know how you want to say it.
Demasculine. I can't say it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But if, as a man, it makes you feel less
It does.
to say that a woman did this to you.
Right. Yeah, that you, it's almost not that you necessarily allowed it, but how much of a less of a man would you be if you reacted to it?
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and
There's that component as well.
right. And I was going to say that
So
I
you
love,
could react to it.
yeah, absolutely. There's that
And
choice.
have that full blown reaction
Mm-hmm.
of what was served up to you. You could serve it right back.
Oh, absolutely. Because you're probably taller. You definitely have more muscle strength. You have a deeper voice, which is going to resonate inside of our chests, right? That we could feel. So it's like if you truly wanted to be the Hulk in that situation,
Absolutely.
you absolutely could have.
Yeah. It's just not. It's not me. It's not my mindset. It's not. It's not my beliefs.
No, it's not.
And any man that puts their hands on a woman, I will want to rip apart if I know about it.
And that doesn't make them a man.
No, it doesn't.
Makes them a guy or a dude or a boy or a man child, anything like that. But it does not make them a man.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was going to say I appreciated the fact that
the only person that I've ever wanted to put my hands on is somebody that has put their hands on a woman.
Yeah.
A man putting their hands on a woman.
Yeah. Yep. And I was going to say.
And I have. I will most likely have to again at some point.
Potentially.
And there are 3 girls.
Yes. We do have 3 girls. Yeah. And unfortunately, society is not in their favor.
No, but I'm here for them.
Yes. And I'm hoping that what they witnessed me stand up against, they will not tolerate what I tolerated.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Which to me was one of the big reasons that I decided to leave. But we won't get into that.
What do you want to get into?
No. I was just going to say that when you were talking about what you were talking about, is that you were talking about, as a man. And I'm like, I love that you said that about yourself. I love that you called yourself a man instead of, as a guy. I'm like, you're not a guy, you're a man. You articulate yourself.
So what's the difference?
You hold yourself to a standard and you have boundaries and you have morals and you have respect and you have dignity. You have dignity for yourself. You have respect for everyone in your life. And you have integrity. You do the right thing when nobody at all is watching. And that's the difference between a guy and a man.
Why do you think I do those things?
I don't think I've put too much thought into the why. I just put the thought into the appreciation that you do. So, and I don't like to speculate like why I think you do things. I just like to appreciate what you do for me and for the kids and appreciate of who you are.
I think it is a man's duty to be a man and have those items that you just listed off: respect, boundaries, morals,
integrity.
Treat women like they're supposed to be treated.
Yes.
Mind you, there are women that should not be treated. They should be treated the way that they are treating the other person.
Agreed.
Doesn't make that right. I'm not saying by any means that someone needs to put their hands on a woman ever.
I agree to that as well.
But you can completely de-escalate whatever issue it is by removing yourself.
Yes. How you choose to respond to a situation
You don't always
is a
have to be there.
choice. Huh?
You don't always have to be there for it.
Be there for what?
Whatever the situation is. You
don't have to engage in it.
No. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you can still be a man and still be in those situations and respect those situations and remove yourself so that situation doesn't continue.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Or get worse or escalate to another level.
Yeah.
You just do what you ought to do. And some people will say that you're a bitch or whatever for doing that or backing down, or I don't give a shit what anybody says, honestly.
No. And I think too many men are too partnered with their mothers. I think too many men are not ready to fully partner and commit to their wives.
I agree with that, kind of. I've seen what you're talking about. I've also seen the opposite of what you're talking about, and I've also seen a combination of the two, where it's just out of controlness. Like
Yeah.
the person's just, and talking about a man,
Yeah.
just pure out of control.
Right.
Doesn't have a side with mom or dad.
Right.
Is their own person, is just a lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So I think there's a whole lot of different species of
negative relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's the point that I was trying to drive home is that, like, in order, the first part is in order to be a man, you have to, you choose your marital relationship before
Oh yeah,
anything
you're
else.
definitely going to have to make some choices.
Oh yes, and draw some boundaries.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of things put in place. There's a lot of structure. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole lot.
Yeah, I think
Honestly, I've
that's
never
where
really thought about how much there is.
there is.
Like I'm breaking it down right now.
Oh,
In my head.
yeah.
Not necessarily want to say it out loud, but I'm kind of breaking it down because I've never really had the mind process of what it takes to go into that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people really do think about that or put that into consideration. Like,
Yeah.
what should I be doing? I've thought about that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, that's how I've gotten to where I'm at.
Yeah.
Um, but what should I be doing differently? And a lot of men should be asking themselves this if there is some sort of conflict in their marriage or relationship. Uh, they should be going, what should I be doing in this situation instead of this? If you were telling me that I needed to be here more often because I'm gone too much out with my buddies, well, then I need to be here more often.
Yes.
So
Flip the script on that, where it was
exactly.
like, if it flip the script on that.
On every single thing, you should always put yourself in the other person's shoes.
Yep.
If it's brought to your attention and you're not taking it into consideration, then there is no respect.
No, there's not. No. If you came to me and you were like, hey, I really don't like that you are booking girls' trips,
It's not control.
it's not. It's respect.
A lot of people will call that control.
Oh, yeah. The hate mail we're going to get for this? Insane. I'm well aware.
That's fine.
Yeah. And
but like, a lot of people will call that control.
Oh, yeah.
And not respect.
Yeah, oh, God. Yeah, for sure. I'm well aware. Hey, I don't like the way I feel when you go out. I feel forgotten. I don't feel valued.
Yeah, I don't want to be home by myself with the kids or even by myself. Like,
Why is it my
why are we not
responsibility
going places together?
together? Why is it my responsibility to find a sitter? And then if I can't find a sitter, I don't get to go.
Why is it okay for you to just disappear and not say anything?
Why can you be gone for 4 days and not say anything and tell me where you are?
That's not going to work for me.
It's not going to work for me either.
But we already know that.
Yeah, we do. I'm just using that as like,
Yeah.
there's people out there who are experiencing this and who have convinced themselves that they are the problem and that if they act better, then that will stop happening.
It's
That is called
not you're acting wrong. You are not doing anything
you are not
wrong.
doing anything wrong. That is called manipulation and gaslighting.
Yeah.
So
This happens way too much.
it really does. It honestly does. And like
in lots of different styles of relationships, not just
yes.
marriages,
No.
friendships,
Yep. Yeah.
your parents,
Yep.
your brothers, sisters.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, which is why and this loops back to our earlier part of our conversation where it's like, I know that I want to make sure that I'm acting correctly so that my kids want to continue to have a relationship with me. And in order to have a relationship with them, I can't treat them all the same. I have to treat them each individually different. Each one of them has a different
They're
love
all different.
language. They are all different people. They all have different love languages. They all have different comprehension styles. It's all different. They've all witnessed or seen different parts of life, different ways. They all comprehend things differently.
Yep.
So I know that in order for them to want to come back, I have to be aware. And I think that too much of the older generations and the generations before us were, oh, because I'm elder, you will come back. Because I'm your elder, you're gonna come. No. Nope. Those days are over.
Yeah.
Just because you are my quote unquote elder does not mean
it doesn't mean you own me.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. And so I don't want that mindset. I don't want our children to have that mindset.
Yeah.
Just because I am your quote unquote elder or just because I am your mother, if I am toxic to you, I do not want you to come back. Like, don't feel like you are forced to come for holidays. Do not feel like you are forced to bring the grandchildren.
Unfortunately, because of the experiences that the girls have been through, they're going to actually do exactly what you're saying. And hopefully we can teach them that it's okay to not.
Yeah. It's okay for somebody else. It's okay for you to hurt that other person's feelings if that means that you are happy and you are confident and you are safe.
Yes.
Because ultimately, if you're making that person happy, you are sacrificing your safe space, your peace, your happiness, your joy, because you weren't able to speak up and say how that made you feel.
Hey, I don't want to be here.
Right.
I don't want to be here because.
Yes.
I don't want this because. And if they respond to that, I don't want to be here because, in a positive mindset, then you might get a different reaction.
Right. So, okay, let's just role play this out. So the girls come to me, and this has happened already. I don't want to be here because. Okay. Thank you so much for telling me that. What can I change? Or can we try to change? Mm-hmm. Or what can we try so that maybe you do want to come? Is it the way I'm reacting? Is it not enough attention? Is there a vibe? Like, let's break this down and let's address it and let's try and change it because I do want you to come back.
Yes.
And we've had these conversations.
Yes.
With just about all of them.
Yes.
And the more I think that we demonstrate this to them, the more they're going to be like, yeah, that shit over there ain't working.
Yeah. That's like what I was telling you earlier. It's going to come to light at some point for them exactly what's in front of them.
I hope.
You don't have to hope. It's just a matter of when. It's going to. They're going to develop their own opinions.
Yeah.
They may develop those opinions in our light, right? In the light of us, and they may develop them in the light of the other parties, but
Yeah.
they're going to develop their own opinions on how they feel about it.
Right.
And we have to respect whatever that is.
I know. Yeah. And it's not like I'm trying to live my life so that my children like me.
Yeah.
Because there's boundaries, there's rules,
Oh,
but there's
absolutely.
ways of which you can engage with your children that they also feel respected and that
Yeah.
their boundaries were not crossed.
We're also raising adults. I mean, we're not raising kids.
No, we're
We're
not.
not raising them to be basement babies or to stay at home for the rest of their lives.
No.
Not also in the same sentence, not saying they have to leave.
But our household will be respected.
You're damn right.
Yeah. So, and if you can't uphold that respect or and you can't withhold that boundary, then it is also okay for you to move out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. And I think children age up eventually at some point and they're like, yeah, it wasn't so bad. Like, I get it. Like, they get walked on by somebody.
Yeah, it's usually mid 20s,
Yeah.
mid to late 20s
Yeah.
before they're actually comprehend. Like, I don't think a high school relationship is going to do them in by any means and go, oh, yeah, now everything clicks.
Yeah.
No, it's going to take, like I said, in all of these conversations, it takes a lot of saying no. I'm not going to allow that in my life.
Yeah.
And
It's also too like
we
loving.
have to teach them.
It's like in separating. I love you, but I don't love you. I don't love the behavior.
How many times have you said this to each and every one of them? Because yeah, we horseplay around in our house. But there's also a word no, right? And no is a complete sentence.
Mm-hmm.
No is no, stop, like no.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
No is no.
No is no. Yeah. And I don't take that lightly because I was not given that with my own body and with my own being. I was
Yes.
not given no and I was not given stop. So when somebody is forced to go past no or forced to go past stop, even if it's horseplay, even if it's being squirt with a water gun, even if it's being in that person's room, I don't care what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They've given you a boundary and you have actively chose to cross it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't take that conversation lightly. And to a point, sometimes it infuriates me.
Yes, I know.
Because they're not going to understand these conversations until they're in their 20s. They're going to hear them. They're going
Yes.
to work their way through them, but something is going to happen.
They're going to appreciate things a whole lot more
Yeah.
by understanding
Yeah.
these things now.
Yeah.
And too many children right now, in my opinion, don't get the structure of anything but a phone in front of their face.
This is true.
They're not getting a parent one-on-one time of
Or
this
even
is how you should respond in this situation.
yeah.
This is how you should deal with this. This is what you should do in this situation. This is not happening from parents to children. Majority of the time.
You don't think the conversations that I'm having with our kids that
I
other
don't think
children are
so.
getting them? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No, like even to the point where I'm like, I've even like, hey, if a kid on the playground tells you
I think there's
stop,
a lot of
stop.
babying going on
Yeah.
of children. I think there's a lot of households that are single child households
Mm-hmm.
where the children is babied.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I'm guilty of it. I had an only child, right?
Yeah.
And everything's changed so much from transitioning from that to this.
Yeah.
So much so that I had to adapt, and so did he.
Yeah.
And he's still working through it
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
But you can see that he's actively working through it.
Oh yeah.
Like he knows that no is no and stop is stop.
Took a couple conversations for him to truly get it.
Yep.
And I laid the groundwork for him of like, when you reach a certain time, your dad is going to have another conversation with you. And this is the groundwork to that conversation.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you're going to have the sex talk with him at some point in time.
Oh, yeah.
And the no means no and stop means stop is part of that conversation.
Well, it's part of a lot of conversations leading up to that. So also building a man to be a man.
Yes.
And not a boy.
Right.
So there's a whole lot that goes into just that conversation too.
Yeah.
Building the mindset behind building a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your place as a parent to build a man and to build a woman.
Yes. Yeah.
And help your children understand what boundaries are and how to set them for themselves.
Yeah, because and I know this, especially with our oldest, she is to the point where she is starting to set what is acceptable to her for her body and her boundaries.
Yep.
Which are not of what we would want.
Right.
But we can't, and we have tried to change them and educate her and show her.
Ultimately, she's a teenager. She's going to do whatever she wants.
Right.
And there's no stopping it.
No, she's either going to take the clothes and with her and sneak the clothes out. It's no different than what we each tried ourselves.
Right.
So
they're going to test the limits all the time.
100%.
And every one of them are going to. You can't sit here and tell me that they're not.
Right. Yeah.
You can't also sit here and tell me because you babied your child that they're not going to do the same things.
Oh, yeah. No.
I can tell you right now that's going to be a worse situation.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I'm not saying that we've got parenting figured out because that's so not it. That is so not it.
I don't have life figured out.
No, I don't either.
And if you think you do, by all means,
come join us on the couch. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to claim that I've got life figured out or claim that I've got parenting figured out. It's just, and when Hannah decides that she's ready to come in here and sit on the couch, and I'm sure that'll be at least a week-long series of coming in here and talking and like picking up on her story and everything else and where it started from. But like, I don't feel like I want to share that for her until she's ready to share. I mean, and I don't even really want to share like what I lived through on her side until she shares her story.
Yeah.
So
that's hers.
Yeah. That's what I believe about that. But, and being a blended family is difficult. And, me trying to find my place on educating you on like, hey, I would do it this way, or even you of trying to educate me and being like, hey, I would do it this way. Or that alone has been a learning style of itself. It's been a lot. And so I'm really
it's work.
It is work. So I'm really curious to like see how it plays out for the others.
Oh, I'm not. I care less.
I don't know. Part of me wants to pop popcorn.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
We have plenty.
Yeah.
I think they'd be popping something else.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. It's been interesting. And for people to blending families is doable so long as you put everything in the right order.
It's absolutely doable. There are a lot of upfront, real, truthful conversations that need to be had. And if you are not 100% honest with every conversation, then it's not going to last.
You're creating a failure point.
Yeah, it's not going to last anyways. So why are you even considering trying something if you're not willing to put in all of the effort?
Or all of the honesty. Like if you are honest,
that's the effort.
If you are like, oh yeah, I'm not willing to do that. Why not give that up?
Acknowledge.
Yeah, why not just
let the person acknowledge that. That way they know on the front side.
Yeah.
Well, I know that they're not going to be willing to do this, so I'm out.
And to that
might be a breaking point for you.
Well, and to that, the other person has to then truly accept that they aren't willing to do something and not
how many times do they not accept it, but accept it.
Yeah. So they accept it as oh, I could change that. Oh, I could change their view. No. They've told you where they are. You accept them. You can't say, oh, I can change that viewpoint. Nope.
That is a mentality.
It is a mentality. 100%. People think that they're going to change people, and then you can't. You've got to own what people tell you they are.
Yes. Well, to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Because that could all also be misconceived information. It could also not be the truth. I could sit here and tell you, I'm one person, but I'm not that person. And I can sit here and tell you that I'm telling you the truth, that I'm this person. And this is what I expect. And then 6 months down the road, it's complete opposite.
I think you just vaguely described narcissism.
I did on purpose.
Yeah, I think you just vaguely described narcissism to a point. But yeah,
I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I figured. But that's you bait and switch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is not fair to anyone.
No, but it is very common.
Oh God, isn't it? And I know that was a huge fear point for me.
Like that it was going to happen again?
Yeah, that I was just waiting. Waiting for the mask to fall or the other foot to drop, however you want to analyze that. It was just I was just waiting. Paranoia. How is he going to react to this? How is this going to be my fault? Yeah.
So did you feel like you wanted to test waters on some things? To see if there was a reaction?
No, never. I don't ever want to think of anything as being a test. Did you ever want to test the waters?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I wanted to live life in a genuine manner. And then when you decided to show who you were, I wanted to 100% believe that.
Yeah.
And I had done enough healing to go into our relationship with a pure heart and mind and go into our relationship with truly believing whoever you were going to show me was who you were. And I am blessed that you showed me the true you and that you lived the true you on a daily basis, because you haven't given me anything to show otherwise.
Yeah.
If anything, you've just reinforced with, this is who I really am. And a lot of people aren't blessed with that. And I know that because I lived it.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, social media is full of 3 months in, here we are. 6 months in, here we are.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's even longer than that sometimes.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
18.
No, it was well more. It was definitely like, no. I think you just turned a blind eye to it because you're already gaslit into the fact of it's me. They're acting like this because of something I did or something I said, or I didn't
convinced that it's you.
Yeah, I didn't react the right way, or I should be okay with this, and I just need to figure out how to be okay with it, or whatever. And no, you don't you don't have to be okay with things that you're not okay with.
Well, all my friends are just guys.
Ew, gross. Does that make you uncomfortable?
Hell yeah.
Okay. What would you, ultimately that means I don't have any friends, and I'm okay with going that route. I just don't want you to think I'm weird when I don't have any friends. So, just so we're on the understanding, I'm going to let those friendships go, but I don't know how to make friendships with women, and I've never been good at that. So I just want you to know that this is going to be where we are.
Why can you not make friends with women? Aren't you a woman?
I am. But I've never been really accelerated at that. So I just, I will try. I'm not going to say I'm not going to try. It's going to put us in a place where there's no one to hang out with. But if that means that you and I are in a better place, I'm okay with that. Does that look like control?
No.
It's not. It's not. It's you saying you're uncomfortable because you know how men think. And you know,
damn right.
Yeah, and you know that what those men are having an idea of. It'd be no different than me being like, yeah, she's just hanging out till I'm gone. Like, that's her goal.
Yeah.
It's no different.
It's very clear. The path, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can identify it because you're the same sex as the person that they're trying to be quote unquote friends with.
Yeah.
And it's usually they got friend zoned and they don't know how to get out of the friend zone because they weren't.
No, they're it's not just friend zone. If it's been a friend zone for umpteen years, more than 5, or from elementary school, but not consistent, on and off. Been on and off friends.
It's weird to me. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I also feel weird because our middle child has a relationship like this that's her best friend.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel bad for, but what I'm hoping is that either they end up partnering together or that they have partnerships that will
allow that,
collaborate together to have a quad friendship, relationship, whatever. Maybe she can become, whatever.
You don't know what happens in the next.
You don't. I don't know. I don't know at all. But I'm just saying, like,
future, anyways. But
no, I get it. But yeah, we're 2 hours in. You feel like you're 2 hours in, don't you?
My back does.
Yeah, I can see
I'm
it.
not crazy about the couch, and I like to look at you, but I don't like to sit in the chairs to do it.
Okay, so let's do another recording after dinner tonight. But let's make dinner. So let's put a pause in this, and then let's come in here and move everything around and do
room swap.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're gonna take all this in the bedroom?
Right? No.
She's like, the fake ass laugh.
No, thank you. No, but I'm thinking we could definitely
at least one camera.
Sir, you know how uncomfortable that makes me.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. But yeah, so stay tuned. Room swap. It's coming up.
Just trying to get the smile.
It's in here.
I wanted the smirk. Like,
where are we gonna put this? If we put those here, where's this gonna go?
I don't know. In the hall.
In the hallway.
In the hallway.
In the hallway.
In the bathroom.
In the bathrooms.
I don't think it'll fit in the bathroom.
No, but you know what? It is an Amazon sofa, so it does come apart.
It does. Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. We'll put it in the closet for all we care.
Yeah, the closet's pretty full too.
There's some skeletons in there. I'm just baggage in there. I'm just kidding.
Some baggage in the closet.
Baggage.
Whole bunch of luggage.
Yeah. So that actually reminds me that I want to talk about one really good therapy session that I had that talks about baggage in boxes. So that'll be in the next episode.
This conversation.
I was like, where are you going with this?
This conversation on tonight's episode
it's only 5:45, so by the time we
got time.
Yeah, by the time we make supper and everything else,
we got time to make dinner. I'll have an hour and a half to edit, and then we'll be able to jump back in here.
Yeah, because we need to put Miles to bed and everything else first. So.
Yeah, we'll be back in here about 10.
And while you guys are making dinner, because you said you were going to make it with Hannah, while you're doing that, I'll probably start working on moving things around because I can do it. Like I said, it's an Amazon sofa.
I thought you had other stuff to do.
Well, I mean, that I can do in bed. It's not a big deal. But if that means that we can come in here and record and sit down together sooner,
It'll be 10 o'clock anyways.
Much rather do this than
put a child down.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll be back.
All right, guys. I hope you have enjoyed.
Fade me out, baby.
Oh, yeah. By the way, don't forget to go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Everyday Moments for Us. You can also find our shorts on...
where are your shorts at?
My shorts. Fade me out, baby. Yeah, you can find it.
Yeah, just kidding. And we're back.
And we're fade me in, baby. You can find us on Instagram, Everyday Moments for Us, TikTok, and Facebook. We're the same name everywhere. So, yeah.
Yeah. Come check us out. Thanks for watching.
Fade me out, baby.
I think it kicked us out anyways. It started flashing.
It's been flashing for a while. I don't know what the purple screen on off was about, the purple outline.